Wow, what's going on, everyone? So, a lot of people have been asking me about the $2,000 stimulus payments that could be coming down the pipeline. Potentially, a lot of you guys might have received your $1,200 stimulus check, but we're going to be talking about why people in the US, so this is for Americans only, people in the US may potentially be seeing an extra $2,000 in their banking accounts every month for the next 12 months. So there's a lot to go over with this. So guys, for anyone interested in this topic, definitely make sure to stay tuned. I want to cover a few different things, but it's looking more and more likely that there could be, if the very minimum, at least another stimulus check, but it also is very likely it has to go through the House first, so it's very early on, but there are some signs that people actually want to see this get done, and more people in power actually want to pass this as well, because Americans desperately, more and more we're hearing they need assistance financially, and there's actually a large amount of people who have not received stimulus checks yet. The initial $1,200 US. So guys, this is huge. So let's actually jump in here first. So the first round of payments was actually deposited April 13th. So last Wednesday, two Democratic lawmakers in the House of Representatives, though, introduced a bill of another round of relief checks called the Emergency Money for the People Act. What this proposes is that any U.S. citizen that is 16 years and older could receive a $2,000 per month stimulus check if they earn less than $130,000 per year. Now, keep in mind, this is very early on. This is just hypothetical. It has to go through the House first. However, there's a lot of talk behind the scenes that this actually could be coming along. Now, I know a lot of people actually desperately need assistance, so I know a lot of people watching this probably most likely will be interested to hear about this. So the payments would last for at least 6 months and could last up to 12 months until unemployment falls to pre-pandemic levels. So we're going to actually get the report for this week of how many new unemployments we have this week. The past 2 weeks, it was over 5 million per week. Absolutely huge here. So the cool thing about this, besides the fact that it's monthly instead of a one-time thing, the cool thing about this is that to get it out as quickly as possible, the plan allows money to be sent via Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal in addition to direct deposit and paper checks. So instead of just direct deposit or paper checks, which haven't even been mailed out yet for the $1,200 stimulus, this also adds Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. This would make it a lot simpler and a lot easier for a lot of people that are having trouble even receiving their $1,200 stimulus check yet, because there are still millions of people who have not received it a week after the initial deposits went out. The plan would need to pass a House vote before proceeding to the Senate and the White House to become law. And I'm pretty sure that the people that are proposing this are actually the same ones that proposed this $1,200 stimulus check to begin with that just initially got sent out a week ago. So the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, which set into motion the current round of stimulus checks, was introduced and signed into law in less than 2 weeks. So basically introduced, signed into law, and it was guaranteed, or at least they say it was guaranteed, that people would be getting this $1,200 all within a matter of 2 weeks. So usually, people are used to things taking a very long time. This entire process from proposal to, it's definitively going to happen was 2 weeks. So again, that's exciting because that makes it possible that this new proposal, if it is going to be approved, we'll find out fairly soon. Again, I think things are getting pretty desperate. We're almost at the plateau so far in terms of what's going on with the virus and so much with the economy. Oil yesterday absolutely tanked. We talked about yesterday with oil going, negative. I think it went negative $37 on futures trading there. The recurring payments as opposed to one-time payments harken back to universal basic income touted by the tech entrepreneur Andrew Yang during his 2020 Democratic presidential run. His Freedom Dividend plan proposed sending every U.S. citizen over 18 a no strings attached cash payment of $1,000 per month. Now this is $2,000, so this actually kind of borrows from his idea that people were very much so fans of, and this would double that for the next 6 to 12 months there for people who desperately need, well, basically anyone who's 16 years. It does not have all of the caveats that the $1,200 stimulus had. You needed to file a tax return in 2018 or 2019. You needed to not be a dependent, and there were a lot of other things that prevented certain people from getting the $1,200 stimulus. This would make it so pretty much everyone over 16 would get it. It would make it so a lot easier, a lot of different ways through PayPal, Venmo, direct deposit, other traditional ways like that as well. It would be a lot quicker, and again, it would be recurring, so it would be a lot more money, from $12,000 to $24,000 over the next 6 to 12 months as opposed to this $1,200. So here it is. A one-time $1,200 check isn't going to cut it. Rep. Ro Khanna said here, Americans need sustained cash infusions for the duration of the crisis in order to come out on the other side healthy, alive, and ready to get back to work. So this would really, I think a lot of people are in agreement with this because I think a lot of people are struggling financially $2,000 per month to Americans have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. If passed by Congress, the federal government would continue monthly cash payments to eligible Americans until employment returns to pre-COVID levels. So eligible Americans would receive $2,000 in cash per month, guaranteed for at least 6 months, I believe up to 12 months. These monthly cash payments would continue until the employment to population ratio is greater than 60%. The monthly cash payments would not count as income, okay, and the monthly cash payments would not adversely impact anyone's ability to qualify for an income-based federal or state assistance program. So it's basically, if this passed, it would basically be a free $2,000 in your pocket every month for a family of 3, or for a family, let's say a family of 4 with 2 children over the age of 16. That would be $8,000 per month. Okay, so this is absolutely, it could be game-changing for people who desperately need money. So this is who qualifies. Compared to the CARES Act, the Emergency Money for the People Act would provide financial support to more Americans. Okay, why? There are several reasons, including monthly payments, higher income limits. So even if you make more, you still might qualify. I believe the cap was $99,000 to receive anything from the $1,200 stimulus. To receive the full $1,200, I believe you needed to have an income of less than $75,000 per year. And if you reach $99,000, then you received nothing. Several reasons, including higher income limits and expanded definition of a dependent. Here's who would get a monthly cash payment under this proposed legislation. Every American adult age 16 and older earning less than $130,000, so an extra, it pretty much doubles what the requirements were for the $1,200 one. So anybody earning less than any single American earning less than $130,000 in adjusted gross income annually would receive a $2,000 per month check for at least 6 months. This includes if you have no earnings or are unemployed. So again, it basically opens it up to everyone. It essentially doubles what the $1,200 stimulus is. It also spreads it out for a much longer recurring period, and it pretty much is opened up to anyone over 16. Married couples earning less than $260,000 would receive at least $4,000. So basically just double those numbers for the single. Dependents then, qualifying families with children will receive an additional $500 per child per month, with funds caps at a maximum of 3 children. So you can get an extra $1,500 per month if you had 3 kids. High school and college students, you know how college students were kind of discluded from the $1,200 stimulus initially? This would allow high school students and college students and adults with disabilities who are claimed as a dependent to be eligible. The individual would receive the monthly payment, and their parent or guardian would receive the dependent credit. And paychecks, if you were not eligible for a stimulus check based on your 2018 or 2019 tax return, you can still be eligible if you submit at least 2 consecutive months of paychecks to verify income. So guys, they're pretty much making it so, they're trying their hardest to make it so literally everybody could receive this. And this is all, again, this is not confirmed, but it's all proposed. But I've been hearing a lot of good things and a lot of possibility that this could get passed. So let's assume a single income tax filer has $100,000 of AGI, which is adjusted gross income. And you can see here a single filer with 0 children, such as myself, would get $2,000 a month. If I had 2 children by myself, $3,000 a month. Married with 0 children would be $4,000 per month. And then married plus 5 children, again, it would still be $5,500 per month. So the $500 per child up to 3. So if I had 3 children and I was married, I'd get $5,500. If I had 5 children and I was married, I'd still only get $5,500. So basically, though, as well, there's only one stimulus check the IRS has started to send to millions. This one, again, that I'm talking about in this video is not confirmed. It's proposed, has to go through the House. And there's some other steps, and then it have to be signed into law for this to happen. Potentially in a very short time period, like we saw, the stimulus check get approved, introduced and approved in only 2 weeks, okay? The IRS will continue to send paper stimulus checks to people that have not gotten their stimulus. So as well, leave a comment if you have not gotten your regular stimulus check, because I've heard from dozens of you who have not gotten a stimulus check, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. If you have had an update on it, if you're going to get if you know if you're going to get the $1,200 stimulus check, and what reasons you think you might not be getting one. And at this point, a $2,000 a month stimulus check is only a proposal. It's not law. Congress will debate the merits of the proposal and decide if it becomes law. Now, if Congress authorizes another stimulus check, the check would be the same, similar, or completely different than the original proposal, so stay tuned. So this is all in the works, and we can give you, if you guys are interested, we could definitely give more updates as time goes on to see if there's some different proposed changes, and definitely what you guys think. So again, thanks everyone for watching. This is definitely a video that primarily contains only information Americans would find interesting. I have a lot of viewers not in the US, but this is specifically for US viewers.